Guess what? Wednesday and Thursday, May 26th and 27th, whoop, big full moon, but it's not a normal full moon. It's a total lunar eclipse. So we are going to feel a marker. You guys pay attention. The sun is in Gemini, the moon is in Sagittarius. And that's the indication always of a full moon when the sun and the moon are opposite each other. But in this case, they're being squared by Jupiter in Pisces, and the whole thing releases in Virgo. But first, let's talk about the full moon. Have you been feeling the energy growing since my birthday? Energy's building, lots of chi in the sky, full moon in Sag, loud, excitable, foreign countries, other languages, being interested in philosophy, open-mindedness. If a baby were born with this, they'd come in with this really enthusiastic, energetic that would say, I'm so excited. Because when you put a Gemini and a Sag in a room together, that's how you think about astrology. Put the two flavors in a room together and imagine how they'd get along. So a Gemini is Sag. Gemini is air, Sag is fire. It's always opposite. They're super animated, super excited. Everything's fun. They're 12 years old, even when they're grown-ups, and they have this kid-like energy. Now, because they're both mutable, which is always the indication they're in the same mode, that means they're both very flexible and they change their minds, and there's lots going on in the sky, and it feels like your world is probably a little bit shaky because there's so much mutable energy. And then Pisces, Jupiter's in Pisces going, I'm sort of confused. Wait, what did she say? A total lunar eclipse. What exactly does that mean? They ask a million questions. They get so curious. And that's when you Google. This is like a Gemini Sag dream. You can put in full moon, lunar eclipse. What does it mean? And then it gives you the information. Then you make up stories. You start talking about like an authority. And then you realize I'm just making up stories. That's welcome to Gemini Sag. They exaggerate. They embellish. They make up their own version of reality. And during a full moon, the energy's big. You can say things that you didn't mean. You can make up stories. It can feel like you're underneath the influence of a high tension. And the whole thing releases that T-square, two planets opposite. The third one, Jupiter in Pisces, 90 degrees in Virgo. So the release to mutability when it's really getting scattered is to make a list and to say, oh my God, I have so many things going on. I've just got to timeline it. I've got to get goal-oriented. I've got to put myself on a schedule or a diet because I'm just getting so excited. And then the full moon energy gets scattered and then you feel like, oh, I wish this was over already. So if you're feeling that high chi energy and it's really strong and you know the release of this T-square is Virgo, even though it's contrary to Gemini, because Gemini hates making lists. They forget where they put them. You can take the wisdom of the stars and say, you know what? I'm going to make a list. I'm going to take this full moon, celebrate Wednesday and Thursday, eat too much, party, turn up the volume of the music. It's definitely a fun factor. And then after you clean it up, Virgo, as the release point, you say to yourself, let's see, what did I have on my list for the rest of the week? Because very soon the moon's going to go into Capricorn on Friday. So you can at least enjoy your scattered energy, but make a plan for Friday and Saturday where you're like, and now we're grounding. And that's what the full moon's for. Party time, and then you got to clean up. Welcome to planet Earth. It goes in cycles. Everything here goes in cycles. Now, when there's an eclipse, it's worth your while to say, what could I make as a marker? It's valuable during an eclipse because the whole world changes. In the olden days, when an eclipse happened, it literally was like, what's going on? And it's a sign to stop and say, how can I make this a punctuation point? So what would you like to do that's different? How about being super honest? How about being super organized? How about deciding that you're going to go outside and play? Because here we are going towards the summer. We're in late May. How about saying, I'm going to stop eating, blah, blah, blah. It's a great marker to say, on that eclipse, I made a decision. I remember it. It was the end of May 2021, and I will never forget that I said, I'm going to tell the truth from now on, even if it hurts their feelings, or I'm going to stop telling the truth and doing that Sagittarius and learn how to control it, because it goes both ways. Geminis can talk too much, Sag can be too blunt, but they can also hold it all in. I'd love to hear what you decided on this eclipse that's going to be a marker in the name of honesty that will not be forgotten. Astrology, I just wanted me to tell you it's an eclipse.